tiny white lights that glow like little stars, and as far as I can tell, there are no insects attached to them. I follow one as it drifts down next to me and lands on the nightstand. It bobs its way to where the music box sits and enters the keyhole. As soon as the light disappears into the tiny cherry box, the music begins to play again. As if cued by the song, the other lights start to dance, twirling with each other as they circle the room. This can't be real. I must have been transported into another world, my bedroom carried off like Dorothy's house and dropped into some other place. Magic like this doesn't exist on Earth, and certainly not in Philadelphia. All of a sudden, it's not enough for me to sit back and watch the lights. I have the urge to touch them, to dance with them, to be a part of them. I stand on my bed, wobbling slightly as the mattress sinks beneath my feet, and reach out for the nearest floating light. But as my fingers are about to make contact, it bobs away, just far enough to be out of my reach. I take a step forward, my hand still grasping at air, but the light evades me for a second time, and then a third. Again and again, until I find myself leaning over the foot of the bed, one hand clutching a wooden post for balance while the other stretches out toward the light. I can feel its warmth on the tips of my fingers when the music box's song ends. Distracted by the sudden silence, I miss my chance, and the light dances away. It joins the others as they form a soundless procession toward the open window and slide, one by one, through the space between the curtains. "Wait!" There's desperation in my voice as the last light disappears through the gap. I jump out of bed, cross the room, and stick my head out of the open window. The backyard looks like a wonderland, with the dozens of lights swirling in mid-air toward where our lawn meets the edge of the woods. I watch them for a moment, transfixed, before pulling one leg up onto the windowsill. But before I let myself drop onto the grass on the other side, I look back at my bedroom door and think of my parents sleeping in the room down the hall. A heavy ball of guilt settles in my stomach, and I can feel it weighing me down, anchoring me to my bedroom floor. I swallow hard, trying to bury the feeling, and turn away from the door. As soon as my eyes find the lights again, now dancing at the very edge of the tree line, the invisible chain tying me to the room breaks, and I push myself out into the cool night air. The grass is cold and slick with dew. Halfway to the woods, I slip and fall on my backside, coloring my pajama bottoms brown and green. But there's no time to worry about what my mom might say about the grass stains in the morning. With each step I take, the lights move farther and farther beyond the trees, some fading away completely, concealed by dark branches. If I hesitate now, they might all disappear. By the time I reach the edge of the woods, only one light remains. It hovers at eye level, just inside the first line of trees, and its brightness seems to make the forest behind it even darker in contrast. I shuffle my feet as close as I can to the place where the grass meets the dense forest, my toes clinging to the very edge of the lawn, and reach out for the light. It moves away. Without moving my feet into the woods, I lean forward, stretching out my arm and my fingers as far as I can, but it's not enough. I lean so far that my legs shake, and I can feel myself losing my balance, but my fingers are just an inch away and closing. My face is hard with concentration as I push farther, with only centimeters to go now. I can feel the heat of the light, like a tiny sun on my skin, millimeters away. But then, from the darkness, something cold closes around my wrist. There is a moment when the light illuminates the scene fully, and I can see a pale hand covered in large green thorns. The scream that escapes from my mouth is so high-pitched that I'm sure it can be heard for miles. My feet leave the grass as the hand pulls me into the forest, my body dragging against the muddy ground. In the distance, I think I hear someone, my mother, maybe, calling my name, but before I can respond, my head explodes with pain as it connects hard with the tree. The world goes black, my shriek of terror echoing through the otherwise silent night. 10 years